And welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, the Min-Maxer Challenge. Today we're leaving off, or last thing I did when recording was I focused on trying to set up a power setup for, a ranch for a plug slug on my swamp asteroid. That is literally what I did last episode, which I am not proud that that's all I accomplished. However, today I'm going to try and get my base set up to be more accessible. In fact, I do believe I still need to submit a bioscan. I'll set that at level 9 so it happens. Unreachable. Why is it? Alright, so apparently what it seems like that needs to be a tile. Or to not muck up things with water, I'm gonna just do that. Okay. More Sweetles, more Bliss Burst. I have a couple of idle duplicates. I don't exactly like that. Colony achievement earned. What in the world? Ghost of Gravitas. Wow. Ooh, food. Now, a lot of this is like steel. So if I really wanted to, like the Neutronium, I have no hope in getting rid of. I would have to get a skill to destroy Gravitas items. But like this, if I wanted to, I can melt it. But that's a bit more heat than what I wanted. Ooh. Vacillator. That's actually a good thing. Now, let's see. I'm gonna just do some quick ladders across. Simply because... yeah. But getting access to neurovascilators is always a good thing, because that means you can improve your duplicates. Oh, also, since it is daytime, let me check light levels. 18,000 lux. That means once we get solar panels, we'll be good on power. Of course, I say that as if I have any plans right now, but I'm still trying to expose the rest of the map. Like, I need to start digging over this way. So this way I can think to do that is just take this and core it all the way across. There we go. Then I'm going to start branching downwards as I see necessary. I could probably do something similar, just... because depending on temperatures... okay. And this abyssalite layer is good to get rid of. You never want to crack open abyssalite too early. And is that a volcano? We're just going to cancel, like... yeah. Because the last thing I need is another volcano to start dropping stuff off. Because it might be just a minor volcano like these. Which, I definitely have enough for geothermal power, but... setting that up is something I don't want to do right now. Oh yeah, that's right, I have crude oil. I have a good amount of crude oil. How much do I have? Let's see. I have 100 kilograms of crude. Wow. Okay, so I should be able to get something set up to, let's see, takes 10 kilograms, it makes 5, so I'd be able to get 50 kilograms of petroleum. But then how much plastic would that get me? I'd have to do some math in the background to try to figure that out, but right now I'm kind of at a loss for what to do. Like, I want to keep expanding out. Like, I want to reach this fossil. Try and get it exposed. And I do still want to try and get this one exposed. Ah, okay. So that... Okay, so the sporkids, the zombie spores, I'm going to just let them die. And so I can just leave that be until they're all gone, so long as that sporkid doesn't get planted. And then it's not a problem. Yeah, and it's dropping at a very fast rate. Goody. Yeah, 734,000 already, and it was at 737 when I first started inspecting it. Alrighty, so something that I'm seeing that I must need to start doing is actually get an oxygen setup running. Which is what I was wanting to do with this cool salt slush geyser, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to process, except no, I've been using irrigation. I've messed this up. Alrighty. Alright, so the desalinator is working to keep brine out. When is this next gonna go off? 19 cycles. Oh, wonderful. I almost have... Wonderful. Thimbleweed, which I do believe I have growing, it's just doesn't get a lot of water. Ah, yes, I have Drecklet eggs, which is 3% a cycle at 68%. That's 32, so that's less than 11 cycles. Wonderful news. Right, checking rooms, we've got massage clinic, hospital. rec room, barracks, stable, washroom, laboratory, a great hall, and then a greenhouse. So then I did an upgrade to the greenhouse, which I think means I've also got that's a barracks and that's a park. I didn't mean to make this room, so I suppose just doing that should fix the problem. But yeah, so lockers. That's the neutronium wall. Alrighty. So I've gotten one fossil excavated. I'm waiting for diseases to die off in this section. Which, yeah, they've dropped by almost 100,000 since I last checked in on them. I'm exposing more of the perceivable magma layer. Because I kind of do want to scoop out as much as I can against the abyssalite. Because if memory serves, yeah, most of it has 1 to 2 layers of abyssalite as a buffer, so I can actually get quite close to heat without actually, touching the heat. But that also means if I wanted to, I could probably use it as a geothermal power if I can get my hands on. Ooh, I need the research for steam turbines, don't I? Oh, but I don't have any way of generating radiation. Except I do because I have access to Wheezeworts. And Wheezeworts, while a pain in the ass, because they take up resources to run, can be used with a red bolt collector and be made wondrous. Now let's see, what do I want? Is there any food? Barbecue? Why not? And that's generally about how this is gonna have to go. Why are you body temp? Is just over 30 degrees. So we'll uproot you. I need to get a cooling solution into this base. More skill points. Let's see, what do I want to get you? Strength, I don't plan on speccing you up that way. Making you more useful as a digger would be helpful. Like, that'd be helpful everywhere. You need to get more morale first. What is up with Stinktato? Oh god, that's right, I need to put in a quality of life change for the material colors overlay mod, because it just makes everything made of metal look, or cobalt look, god awful blue. Good thing I got that. How much space does it require? Tame. Yeah, that's a bug with that. Which also means it hasn't been producing anything. Great. Oh, all right. I'll use a mirth leaf in there. How's the decor in here? Pretty lively. 106, 101, 85. Looks like the lowest is 85, but that's because of that wire, which isn't bad. Over in here, that's 106, 112, 33. So it looks like I need to do a bit of a sweep. But elsewhere, 92, 52. Alrighty. And heat is slowly starting to kill me. And so what is the most effective way I have to get rid of heat right now? Because research. What research do I have? So I don't have I could probably do something over here with the research stations, because I think I have the materials study terminal. Or rather yet, if I do something like this, grab radiation, because if I grab a red bolt generator, place it there, go to furniture, and I grab flower pots. This one here, 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 and here. So the red bolt generator needs power. But this setup will generate a not too inconsiderable amount of rads. So let me just get this finished in the background and I'll be back. Alright, and we're back. So basically what this setup does is Wheezeworts give off radiation. Now the more that you have in a single area, the more that these generators collect. They output at a certain amount, which is set here. I set it to 55 because it will lose red bolts as it travels. This can hold up to 100 red bolts. After which I need to set up a red bolt reflector which those do not cost power. And I'm just gonna have the reflector shoot off into the neutronium. And as I get more Wheezewort seeds, in fact, I should probably do this in a more efficient manner by having it to where they're closer together, like closer to the actual generator to generate even more radiation. Because if I throw on the radiation overlay and I go to here, it's 480 rads per cycle by itself. Out here it's 305. I get these closer, these will add up and create a much larger amount of radiation. Once it gets fertilized, because in the past it was always a setup of you build an inverse pyramid starting with the point, because now it's getting a little under because of that water, which I should just mop it all up. That way there's no liquids to absorb the radiation. Because when the liquids absorb the radiation, they actually, well, the liquids absorb the radiation, limiting how much you can get out of the machine. Because there it's starting to absorb 32 rads per cycle, red bolts per cycle, as compared to when it was this one over here was collecting 30. Now it's getting 63. Because it's 10% of the radiation per. So this is going to generate rads rather quickly. It'll fire off more than once a cycle. Yeah, skill points, skill points, skill points. I'm gonna just start throwing everybody into the generalized skills as much as I can. I've thrown you in as much generalized, so making sure you can dig Abyss Light will be helpful. Nails, do we want to get you Corium mining? That's all that one does. May as well. Gives you a morale boost. Bert, you still decor. So it's the decor over on Stinktato. That's been bumming you out. Alrighty. Ooh, I have a printing pod activation? I didn't even realize. Hatchlings, food, Slixer, Nymph, tablets, pufflet, larva, fertilizer, barbecue. That should do them nicely. 12,000 calories of barbecue. That doubles their food supplies. It gets them so much. But yeah. So as this is now generating enough rads per cycle to keep this filled up. In fact, I should have it set up to only shoot off once per cycle. So that I don't waste anything. And it'll overfill anyways. So up next, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I need to adjust this as pointing to the Abyss Light wall. Which means I also need to destroy that segment of ladders. Simply because I don't want duplicates running through here and getting hit. Like that. If a red bolt crosses and impacts with them, they would get severely injured. And here it's about to shoot off. It's about 10 rad bolts away. But yeah, this is running beautifully. Now that I actually fixed the mess up. And since it doesn't have polluted water going through it anymore, or there's none has hit it, I don't need to sieve the water out. And there you go. That sent 62 rad bolts in. That means 6 pieces of the appropriate research will be able to happen. I should probably just set that to 50, to be honest, because it loses only one, but it's generating enough to where it'll fill it faster. And then as long as I constantly have red bolts, I mean, if I really wanted to, if I had the power overhead for it, I could set up another research facility here and have it to where it shoots off into the abyss light here, but that's just another 120 watts, and I'm at 870, so 998. That would, if I set up someone else who could do the research, increase the speed at which we can do the research. Let me theorycraft this for a second. Alright, I know I've gone way over on time, but real quick, when it comes to these Gravitas ruins, you'll find window tiles made of diamond. They are what? 100 kilograms. I have 4 so far that I've uncovered. That's 400 kilograms of diamond, which you can use to make window tiles, or you can use it to make solar panels, if I'm not mistaken. But my main goal right now is getting my red bolt research done. Did they dig up that wheeze wart up there yet? They did. Perfect. Now you're gonna see why wheeze warts, despite the phosphorus requirements, are so friggin' broken. And that's because, as it sits right now, it's only generating about 63 red bolts a cycle. That's gonna jump up massively when I get that extra wheeze wart in. Let's see what the last blueprint for the day is gonna be. And medicine. Joya seeds. As it's starting to get warmer in this base, having something that I can do that with is going to be essential. So that's 23 tons of sulfur, 8 tons of fossil, 6 tons of copper. Awesome possum. Alright, so I'm going to leave it here for today. I do hope you enjoyed my videos, even though they're chaotic and don't really have any sense of direction to them. Next episode, I'm going to try and set up a proper liquid tank setup, or even maybe crack out all the way to just the inner edge of the space biome. That way I can actually see the entirety of the surface. Well, maybe I'll just beeline for the fossils. In fact, let me check on the one down here. 391,000 germs. That's almost half of what we started with this episode. So that, fortunately enough, since it was in carbon dioxide, that is helpful. Because once those all die, I can get in there safely. And that's the biggest problem, is the zombie spores are rather a nuisance to deal with for some players. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed my insanity. I'll see you all in the next video. Farewell.